It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Taken about 7 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Watch the screen. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
58.
On the run, this is Hilliard. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
58, right over.
On first down, Hilliard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Check 99. Check 99.
Off of play action, it's Watson. It's Waring, the tight end, with it. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run the counter. Hilliard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You can wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
And they'll begin by running the option. The quick feet by Jackson. And again the footwork. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's going to fire deep for Ratley. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He finds his target, Fuller. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run the counter. Hilliard, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He's going to fire deep for Ratley. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. On 1st down, it's Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. 1st quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Out. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, report.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
3 down. Listen up. Check. 3 down. 3 down.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
2nd and 16.
Tight end left. Alert. 3 down.
This time, Jackson will throw it. Man open left side is Brown. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Ravens.
Here's the local Texas product, J.K. Dobbins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed.
Down at the 20-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Ravens 7, Texans nothing.
And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Ravens 10.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
58's the mic.
Throwing again is Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Tight end right. 3 down. 58.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
42-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll run on 1st down. Hilliard, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Watson off play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And that's a sight familiar to Ravens fans. Matthew Judon, a 2019 Pro Bowler, he led the Ravens with a career-high 9.5 sacks in 2019.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
45-yard line.
7 yards there and a first down.
And the Ravens first down.
Back. Check 24, check 24. Jim him.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
3-yard pickup.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And he'll get nothing out of that one. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
no
yards.
yardage. Okay.
Jackson going to give to Ingram on the option.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check move. 26. Check nickel. SOS.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 5.
They'll run here with Dobbins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. With solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run the counter. Hilliard. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Got an open man, it's Ratley. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They run the counter. Hilliard. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Out of the gun, Watson sliding out of the pocket.
That's good.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys. But
now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Jackson's going to look to run it. Room past the 20. And all the way up to the 31-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
And if you're keeping an eye on the box score, that last run puts him over the 100-yard mark for the game. And this defense has just had all sorts of trouble trying to keep him under wraps, both passing and running.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, watch this, watch this. Shift. Check three. Check.
And now the 3rd-year man out of Rutgers, it's Gus Edwards. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
32-yard line.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On the draw, this is Ingram. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long, and that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. 25, check 25, check. Yo. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Kill. Kill. 13. Pick the edge. Come.
Now Dobbins. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Slam. Watch twist. Watch. Shit.
Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a 1st down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards. Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Ravens have got it. You think about it, Charles. This is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive. Not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down, it's Edwards. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. They set up the screen to Hill. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
And a Raven first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Ravens will extend their lead. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
Second down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson, he's letting this one go for Fuller. It's caught inside the 25. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 53 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30. Booyah! And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
36. Texans nothing. Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They're going option play on 3rd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground.
And there's a familiar sight. J.J. Watt with the sack, and he's absolutely a force of nature when he's on the field. Unfortunately, he's only played more than 8 games once in the last 4 seasons, but when he plays full-time, he ends up being in the running every time for NFL Defensive Player of the Year, an award he's won 3 times in the past.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they can pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
39.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it.
And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
1st and 10.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Ravens, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.